the last 3 games, so our defensive stability is what's going to take us there. And then there's a lot of adaptability in the team between KB, Santi, Jimmy. These guys can give so many different looks, so the way we attack forces teams to defend, and that's going to help us too.
And we're just over halfway through the season. How do you feel about the way your players have developed as a team?
Fantastic. I can't knock the guys. We're training 5 days a week. We have such a mix and such a diversity. I mean, we got fans in Zimbabwe, Italy, Norway, Australia, coast to coast in Canada. So the diversity of the team, there's a lot of people supporting them, and a lot of these guys have gathered some big attention from CPL coaches. So by the end of the season, we're hoping to migrate a few on. So it's been fantastic so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll head it back over to Alex and Kyle.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a sunny night here at the Tricar Field in London, Ontario. It's London FC versus the Woodbridge Strikers tonight. 2 teams. Obviously London looking to finish the season strongly again. Woodbridge Strikers, they're still trying to collect points. They want to stay in the top division next season.
Yeah, both these teams, I mean, it's kind of still in a bit of a wishy-washy sort of moment because, I mean, League One right now, we have 21 teams, and they're trying to split all this up right now. And FC London, it's looking like they're going to be in that middle league championship division. There is going to be that League 2 that's lower, but they kind of stay more in that middle pack. They're going to be fine. But yeah, Woodbridge Strikers, this is a little bit of a crucial game for them to kind of stay back into the League One sort of standings, but it's still going to be strong for how FC London is playing right now.
Yeah.
Can't really dispute that.
And a quick reminder, obviously, the points total from this season plus the points total from last season, well, 75% of the points total last season, I should say that, counts towards who stays in what divisions. So Woodbridge Strikers, including last season, they're 3 points ahead of the drop zone right now. So they can't get too comfortable yet, and they'll be definitely looking at tonight as a winnable game for them, but so will London.
Yeah, because the Woodbridge Strikers, they sit in 11th place in the current season standings, but then they also sit 11th in the relegation standings as well, in the same spot there. So, but FC London, though, yeah, you can't really take that out of consideration, but some things have been changing around for them, even in these past few games. Last match as well, though, they did not have Mirsnawa in net.
Yeah, well, Mirsnawa, of course, is suspended. They were going to try and appeal that decision. No word on what's happened there, but it is going to be Christian Davakos, the backup goalkeeper, starting in net tonight for FC London.
Yeah, I mean, even in the last game, they didn't lose, so they're still keeping on with a good streak. That's kind of that's a big thing there, even with not having their main goalkeeper. So that's kind of a strong point. And then even as well, we were also hearing that Fonseca is a very strong asset to their team, and they kind of are not feeling the strongest if they're not having him out there on the pitch time to time.
Well, there's Carlson Wood at the centre circle with the captain's armband tonight, number 35. Santiago Fonseca, the man that you just mentioned there, number 10. And we get underway here, FC London in the white. The white jerseys, red shorts, going from right to left. Woodbridge Strikers in the all blue, going from left to right. Igwu stepped up rather early, and now Woodbridge look to attack quickly.
Yeah, FC London already keeping up with a high type of pressure. Trying to figure out how to break through already in this defense line.
Yeah, it was Justin Wood and Sosa Imvon putting the pressure on at that far side. Fonseca wins, doesn't win the corner, it's a goal kick. It's Daniel Clark starting tonight for Woodbridge Strikers in net. Woodbridge looking for that through ball. It was cut out by Lewis Dye. Igwu was near touch side. Goes back to the Sub goalie tonight for FC London, Christian Devakos. Trying to assess his options. The quail. The last time we did one of these Rogers TV coverage, the quail had a brace that night, played really well, a 3-1 win against Unionville Milliken. Definitely a player to watch for London. Here come Woodbridge. Flag is up though.
On your back. Good play. Go. Men on. Time, John, my time.
We're back for Fiore.
On your back. Come again.
That long ball looking for Vaughan. The finger on the end of it, and he does, and it's in. Total miscommunication there between Daniel Clark and his defender, and Vaughan's. Sorry, it's Sousa. Vaughan slips it through his legs. What a start for London.
That was brilliant. What a good read from Fiore. Find that long ball over the whole defense line, and Amavin to even find the connection between that's incredible work. With only 3 minutes here in this matchup, this is already kind of looking pretty good for FC London.
Yeah, Amavin from the back with a long hopeful ball forward. You can see back here on the replay. It's Fiore sent along, and bad miscommunication there between Vasic and his goalkeeper Daniel Clark and Sousa Vaughan. Is there to tap it home?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking even about this earlier, that last year FC London, they were playing really well. That in their last year of the season, it was a little bit of a dodgy start, kind of doing some restructuring, but then throughout the season at the end they started to get better, and it almost seems like we're kind of seeing the same thing here in this season, that all of a sudden they're filling out that pattern. They know what to kind of do. They're kind of seeing where they can pass each other, and that's all kind of what's needed. But hopefully maybe they can actually get into a better restructuring point now and kind of keep this at the start of the seasons.
London again racing the byline, and that's out, and it's going to be a London corner. But you're right, even if they are, obviously they'll be playing in the League One Championship next season, but it's a good chance for them to rebuild. You know, they're playing against, it's not, I said earlier on, don't treat it like a relegation, treat it as a chance to obviously play teams that are more on their level but get better than them, and then push their way up into the top division where this team probably does deserve to be. And the corner's whipped in, and there's Dai with Ferran Igwu. Hauled it straight through the face, and it's still in there. And Daniel Clark gathers at the second attempt, but Woodbridge Strikers walking on eggshells there. A chance there, Lewis Dai with the header. And Igwu took a swinger at it, missed the net, and here he goes. Woodbridge are through, and he's hit the outside of the post. Hugo Aiden. He never got that one on target. Alex, quick transition there.
Yeah, definitely some quick transitions that happened there. Just even back at the corner kicks there, the ball slipping through the goalkeeper's hands. Can't really let something up like that. But then Woodbridge, yeah, just bouncing back so quickly, and can't let that one slip through your fingers as well. Of a shot on net like that, open net as well. But hey, sometimes it happens. You hit the post.
Yeah. Well, it's been a rapid start here, 6 minutes into the game. FC London leading 1-0. Sousa Vaughan. There's a header at the back post, and that's cleared away by Lewis Dye.
What a cross coming in, though.
Chance for Woodbridge to put the pressure on. Giovanni flicks it on. The ball goes all the way through to the gloves of Christian Davicos. McGaw loses out. Wilcox will just send it forward, looking for Carson Wood. Now go out for a throw-in for Woodbridge. Lone header. Wilcox. Dye. It's a risky ball with Fury, but he manages to get back to his goalkeeper. Still under some pressure. And the clearance wasn't able to get past the halfway line. And Woodbridge still keeping the pressure on. Wood. Fonseca. Big Wood. Back to Fury. Fonseca. Wilcox. The idea was there, give and go between Kelsey Egwu and James Wilcox, but didn't quite come off. Wilcox tries to find Imavon on that far side, and he's been cut out again. And here's Ronaldo Marshall. Marshall takes a swinger at it, and that will go in here as we look back at the drama that happened earlier on. Here's London Dye with the header, and then Egwu takes a slice at it and misses the net. But then right down the other side, Alex.
Yeah.
Aiden hitting the post.
Right off the post. But it's just quick matters like that Woodbridge Strikers, they took clear advantage of that. They knew FC London were up for that corner kick, so they go for the counter-attacks. But kind of even seeing, though, when they're making those plays up forward, Marshall, he's up alone by himself. In that just recent play that we saw there, he made a quick cutback and tried to take a shot on net, but he didn't really have anyone else to pass off to there. So that could be a small disadvantage if they keep making runs like that.
Fury moving forward, looking for Egwu. Throwing for London. Fiore. Bequeo. Looking to line up the shot. No options for him, but there's Wood with a lovely bit of skill. Carson Wood. It's out for an FC London corner.
Bequeo actually winding up for a shot like that far. It's not a bad attempt. It's not a bad kind of thing to think about that far out. If you have the confidence to be able to take a shot that far out, you should try and take them, because you never know, it can fault into having a corner kick like this.
Delivery sent in. Ferreira can bring it down. They'll run out. And there'll be Justin Wood on this far side to take the corner, to take the throw in. The ball really holding up in the turf. Giovanni. Aiden. And Sosa Imavon, the goal scorer. He's That'll be a free kick for FC London. Carson Wood getting hit from behind. Igwood closes out and Woodbridge. Loses it. Calm head there from Lewis Dye to skip away from Maselli. Vaughan. Couldn't keep the ball down there. A bit of a break in communication there on the far side. Vaughan looking to do the overlap. And that's been Guy again. Here's Wood. Wood! Vaughan! That should have been two. A breakdown in communication again between Woodbridge. Carson Wood finds himself through on goal. It's another sloppy pass out from the back. Carson Wood is a good save from the goalkeeper, and Vaughan, he's got to keep that down. He almost had his second of the game.
Yeah, Woodbridge has really got to be cautious on this closer side of the pitch. They've been really making some unsure mistakes that it's going to really cause some issues for them, especially though Igwu, he's been taking advantage of that. He's been seeing that, and he's been trying to make some runs down. Anytime that they actually have advantage of the ball, he's been pushing up a little bit more, trying to tease in a little bit more, seeing if he can make that way down the field and maybe get a shot on net.
And Vaughan, here's Wood. There's a great tackle from Isaiah Noel. London really are pressing high though. That's where the chance came from. It was Santiago Fonseca, the number 10 for London, that led that press that almost resulted in a goal. Fiore. Ferreira. Fiore again looking for that switch of play that caught Woodbridge out the first time. Fonseca flicks it on. Ferreira. Fiore. Fonseca finds Igwu. And he still keeps the ball. Fiore's going to get a talking to here.
Yeah, the referee did not like that.
The referee's showing him the yellow card. It looks like for persistent fouling, judging by the referee's hand signals.
Fiore tugging on him, holding onto his shoulder there.
It's pretty soft.
Yeah, you know, though, I think the referee's just trying to show that he's gonna card them, showing it early. Doesn't want to see anything silly like that again.
Wood. It's a 2v3 here. Wood can't get past the defender. Fonseca to Wilcox. Aqueo. Vaughan. Wilcox tried to find the Quayo on the far side. There's Dye again, skipping away from the strikers, trying to make something happen. Here's Vaughan. So Wood and Ferreira in the box, and Bequayo to pick from, and The cutback. Straight at Isaiah Noel.
Those through balls have been fantastic from FC London, though. They've been taking pure advantage from it. In Woodbridge, they're not catching on them. They're not being able to go with it. But FC London, though, they have the momentum, they have the speed, and I know they are seeing that, and that's why they're making these long runs, because they know they're going to beat the defenders.
Yeah, absolutely. London not too afraid to push one of the defenders forward. Fury finds Ferreira. Goes it back for Bakueo. He couldn't get it to Igwu. Dai cuts it out again. Fonseca. Pointing to where he wants the ball to go, no one was there. They'll restart it with Lewis Dios. Try that diag again to Imvon. Fonseca. Quayle. Imvon. Ferreira. This is great play. Fonseca. Tried to drill it in. Here's Quayle with the shot on the edge of the box. Cut out again by Noel. And chance here now for Woodbridge to break away, but Hugo Aiden couldn't quite keep her under control.
Yeah, with the defenders on him, the ball stumbled out of his feet. Only Marshall up there to try and scramble to find it. Wasn't going to find anything from that. FC London was able to quickly recuperate, and now they're already trying to find that long ball down the side again.
Going for that switch of play again. Here's Igwu. Ball again. Wood. Aggressive foul. It's a quick breakaway though, and Lewis Dye. There was a bit of a 50-50 there for Aldo Marshall.
Yeah, no goal, no call going for either side for that.
Coming to you right. Yes, beautiful. Forward, yes,
FC London has been making small switches around at time to time. Just even Ferreira was just being pushed out to the side. Igwu actually went up a little bit forward. Small transitions like that is kind of a key thing to throw off the defenders at moments. But we do see Woodbridge actually attacking.
Aiden Hugo, he took a shot there. Tell you what, I think that was certainly on target. Had the London defender not got in the way, but here comes Giovanni. Brought down. Nothing given. Igwu. We'll switch it again. I think you're right, Alex. I think it definitely would be a bit of a nightmare to man mark these London players, especially in the middle of the park.
Yeah, it's kind of throwing off Woodbridge time to time, but Woodbridge is kind of holding things down now, trying to figure out, hold a bit of possession, instead of just trying to make these kick and runs happen all the time.
Fonseca, back to Bequail. Fonseca. Cox. Imvon. Well, Bequail goes down and it's a free kick in a dangerous area for to FC London. See that again. McGaw just...
Yeah, it was a clear foul. No ball contact whatsoever made there. But it is in a good spot for them to get either a cross in or could even be a shot on net with the left foot.
Delivery. Left footed, headed away by Noel. And Vaughan. Fonseca. Can he keep it in? He can. He's still going and he wins the corner. So Sam Vaughan. The chance for Santiago Fonseca to whip another ball in.
Emavon to have a run like that though, that just seemed too long to hold on to the ball. It should have been probably passed off, but
Fonseca whips it in and that was off the line. And Lewis Dye over the ball. Again, the two centre halves for FC London causing havoc in Woodbridge's box. That's why it's always wise to keep two players on each post at a corner.
yeah. Especially in any of those die-hard moments like that, and if you have defenders back there that are not confident on getting the header out, you want to have two players on those posts to clear it out from there.
You have under! Time, Kells, time! On your right. On your left, left,
Fiore brings that one long. Ferreira gets back and Lewis Dye makes that run. He's continuing his run. Vaughan. Top of the box. Here's Carson Wood looking for Fonseca, who hits it just behind the net. You can see what he was trying to do, Alex, there. I think he was trying to hit it back across the face.
Yeah, it was the right idea to try and cross it ahead. He didn't really have a good clear shot on net, so the only best attempt was to try and get it up and over. But FC London, they've been doing a lot of and over plays. If they keep doing that, it might kind of... Woodbridge might fall into like understanding what's going on with those up and over sort of plays. And we've started to see that a little bit now that they're reading them. If they keep trying to make those long runs, we'll just start to tucker them out.
Yeah, Louis, watch your shoulder.
She's the throw down the line, but Wilcox is there, stubborn defensively. That'll be a free kick in favour of Woodbridge Strikers.
Ball's in! Hey!
McGaw. It's good defending there by Giovanni, but it does go out for a throw in. You'll get a bit of a talking to here by the referee.
Yeah, as we did see about only 10 minutes ago into the game, he did give a yellow card to FC London, so he's not going to be an easy-going man. He's going to give the cards out if it's needed.
Just over halfway through the first half. At the Tricar Field, it's a new stadium, Alex. It's only been around for just over a year. The Tricar Field, it's a nice setup they've got going here. Obviously a lot of construction, as you can see in the background.
Yeah,
Well done, Charles.
Ooh.
Let's go there from McGaw. There he loses out and back to the Strikers again, and shot from the edge of the box, and that is going to be over. Davico's crossbar.
If you want to go long, we go long, okay?
Yeah, FC London's their formation for their defense line is strong. They've been holding it well, and Woodbridge, they are struggling to get through. They are struggling to try and break all that, but as well as they don't really have a lot of strong asset of what's happening into the middle. Anytime that they are trying to take any sort of pass through the middle side, Malopolis is struggling to find someone to get in and out for it. And right away, FC London is just able to scoop it right back up and keep control of what's happening in the middle.
Rafters going on there between Justin Wood.
Second!
Fury will clear that just over the halfway line. Hugo tried to find that Wood, intercepts, and Fonseca has kept the ball. Fonseca has found McGaw. McGaw beats Giovanni for pace. McGaw on into the touch byline, and he wins a corner. Or rather, it's a goal kick.
Again, though, we see Bequeo. He's taking advantage of that closer side of the pitch of that wing side. Woodbridge just they're lacking on trying to cover that side down, and FC London they're going for those runs. They're going to take those runs because they know they're going to beat that defense line. Bequeo, huge right there again, and he's going to keep going for those runs. I mean, he leads the team with 6 goals in the year, so you know if he's going to try and take it and find any shot in net, he's going to take it.
Comes in Hugo, the Strikers, and finds Snelly. Maselli. There was a bit of a miscue there for Aiden Hugo and
Looks like he's down.
Fonseca. Again, Fonseca comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, we can really see why Fonseca is such a strong asset in the middle, especially even with McGaw too. That team for FC London, it looks like it almost revolves around those 2 players in the middle, making those passes in and out from going to the wide side, even back right into them. If you don't have either one of them on the pitch, you can see that it could be a bit of a weakness there. Looks like we're getting back here and play.
Yeah, we were talking to Mike Silvera, one of the FC London coaching staff. Before the game, he said Fonseca was definitely a big part of this team. Most of the games that they haven't won this season, they've gotten points in. Fonseca hasn't played in. Woodbridge wins it again, but there's Die. Kingala. It looks like Woodbridge, when they win the ball in that area of the park, they don't know what to do with it next. They seem to panic a bit too quickly, and London looked pretty comfortable back there. More comfortable than, well, the first and possibly only chance that Woodbridge had in the first half with Aiden Hugo hitting the post.
Yeah, I mean, whenever Woodbridge does win it up into FC London's side, there's such a gap from their defense line and even a bit of their midfield too. So whenever they do get the ball, yeah, they either are trying to take a shot at net or they don't know what to do with it. And FC London that is just able to quickly clean the ball away from them. So it's an awkward spot for them that they need to figure out what's happening with that gap in the middle.
Wilcox tried to feed up the line there, but and CRB,
It's a
well, a yellow card for Justin Wood.
Seems like Wood is confused why he's getting this yellow card too.
Yeah, I don't quite think he's time wasting in the 32nd minute. I don't get that one.
Yeah.
Referee was making throwing gestures. I don't know what's a yellow card and what's a red card these days. So, but to me, that is a bit harsh. As FC London with 2 players in the book now, 2 defenders in the book.
Pick up. Yeah, Louis, pick him up, Ben. No turn, Justin! No foul! No foul!
He's got the run here, Hugo. And his teammate Ronaldo Marshall. Carson Wood. It's stuck in there, he's like Wood. Carson Wood. Out to Fonseca. He's got Vaughan on the overlap. And he cuts it back and it's popped away again. Stubborn Woodbridge defence.
Just cover! Serious, on the right!
Nice Marshall there alone again.
Go to! Let it go! Let it go!
Well, a bit of a hopeful ball, and Igwe tried to bring that one down. It ended up coming off him in the end. It's a throw in for Woodbridge.
Nicky! Follow! Run every time. No turn! No turn! Cut the line! Cut the line, Kels! No shot! No shot!
Giovanni.
Well done! Yes! Well done, Kels! Hey! Watch your right, Jim. I got it now. Yes! Watch it, Clash. Well done.
Hugo run out of space there, and it's a goal kick. One player to note for Woodbridge Strikers is number 8, Naveed Rahman. 2 appearances for Pakistan. One coming against Palestine. The other coming against Cambodia in the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifying playoff match. So there is an international on the pitch tonight, Alex.
Ron made his debut in 2016 for League One. I mean, it's great to actually see having international players out here on the pitch, because we need that out here in Canada. It's going to show, and it's going to be great to actually compete up against these type of players.
Yep. Started his his career started at Pro Stars in League One in 2016. Moved over to the Slovakian League. Played alongside his brother. Spent some time in Holland as well. Born in Germany, I believe his parents were both born in Pakistan. Cuts that one out. Both stars trying to make it happen. Roman. Strike from distance. Moluopoulos.
And Lopez is kind of a little bit been that lone man in the middle of the pitch right now. And struggling against FC London a bit.
Fiore. Just look at Igwe making that run, and again it's cut out.
Jones, watch your shoulder. Left. Side.
Giovanni back. Comes back from Marcelli, and here's Hugo Aiden, and he goes down, and it's a penalty for Woodbridge. It was Fiore who dived in, and 38 minutes into the game, a chance for Woodbridge to to tie it up.
Yep. Yeah, that back heel, trying to cut it off. Not sure if that was the smartest of plays to make there, especially when we know that the referee will make any sort of calls on a slight little tackle that he might think it might be there. So hopefully this doesn't strike the momentum out of FC London if this ball does go in the back of the net. But
Hugo standing over it. The man who won the penalty is going to take the penalty. It's a slow run up, and he sends the London goalkeeper the wrong way, and it's 1-1.
Guayo again a little involved after scoring that. Didn't seem too happy with that.
Bit of an unorthodox run up. I mean, Hugo giving a bit of afters there with the Guayo. 1-1.
FC London. Gotta be careful with those. Yeah, let us slip up on small things like that. Getting a fast goal like that, and then
Fiore takes a slice at it, and Zavakos. Gathers his Igwe. Ferreira. Igwe. First touch lets him down though. Vanny. Noel. 5 minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. There hasn't been too many stoppages. I mean, we've had the penalty there, but the referee, he likes his cards, but he also likes to keep the game flowing as well.
Yeah. Because there has been some 50-50 chances that he's just let it slide and not got involved about it. Great thing to note though is FC London, whenever they're in such a defensive side, all of the players are going back. They only have one little lone player striking at times, but he even still goes back himself. And it's great to see that all of them are going back and holding back more, trying to condense it, stay close to each other and hold their formations, because it's just going to throw Woodbridge off, and we've seen that so many times. because when they get the ball right away, they're expanding right back out and going fast pace.
Oh, brilliant from Fonseca. And he's found Imvon again, but his first touch lets him down. Fonseca putting it through the legs of the Woodbridge midfielder, skipped through not one but two of them. But you're absolutely right though, the fitness levels of London, just to keep up with the movement all over the pitch, it's good to see.
Yeah, like right away, Emavin to be up on a run like that after just defending, it's huge. You need players like that.
And Vaughan getting the first goal. It's his second of the season.
Have it!
Woodbridge and a throw in. It's close to being a corner.
Hey, quickly! Jake!
It's Marcelli, the captain, and that goes.
Yes, Jake!
Well, they've won a free kick on that far side.
Hey! Justin! Fuck, man!
Ziddy did try to make a good battle, trying to find the run down there, but again, it's just with this gap in between with their defense line, when they make those runs like that, they just can't find someone to actually find a quick pass going maybe back in the middle. But strong advantage here.
Marcelli right into the wall, I think more of a shot than a cross. Spizzeri. Collect it. Aiden Hugo. Tried to switch a play, almost sent it. One of the windows in the house is being built there, but other than that, he's had a solid first half. Aiden Hugo scored the penalty. He's probably looked to be Woodbridge's most dangerous player.
Coming now.
Yeah, even Giovanni as well on the close side of the pitch. He's been making great runs down.
Yeah, for both teams, many of the chances have come down the right-hand side for both. Obviously, you've got Imvon on the right-hand side for London, and then on this side here, you see Aiden Hugo and Giovanni making up the space here. Spizzeri. And it'll be a corner. Not long left. Looks like it'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half.
One free, big. Jamal coming in. First way!
Whips it in. There's Raman there at the first post looking to get possibly get the flick on, but there's a lot of bodies forward for Woodbridge. They need the ball in the box zone, and they'll get it. And here's Marshall. And Marshall again, but the flag was up, and they will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Davicos. It's a bit different of a goalkeeper in these matches. We saw Mirzanawa. He's not afraid to right away get the play back going when he gets those passes. Davicos kind of likes to keep it slow, but bit of fault here.
Ronaldo Marshall. Giovanni. He's inside. Didn't quite come off for him there. Wood will. Expect to lose, die. Fonseca. Fonseca again. Mvon. Try to use his strength and oh boy, for a goal kick.
Fonseca has been doing so much running around this middle of the pitch. He's always there for those striker players, especially with Mvon right there at the start. Making that quick little pass back and forth, just being that support player, that's huge. In those kind of dire need sort of moments to try and make a run forward, you need that.
And with that, the halftime whistle blows. FC London 1, Woodbridge Strikers 1. FC London's goal coming very early, 3 minutes in. That man there, Sosa Mvon, capitalised on a mistake between the Woodbridge defender and Daniel Clark, the Woodbridge goalkeeper, and gave London the lead. After that, they had another chance as well. It was Lewis Dye with the header from the corner. Igwu on the follow-up, couldn't quite get it on target.
Yeah.
But then just out of nowhere, really, I mean, we say out of nowhere, I think Woodbridge has had a good bit of possession down that side of the pitch, but they haven't been able to do anything with it. But they do win a penalty, and it was Aidan Hugo who slotted it past to make it 1-1.
Yeah, it was good that they were still trying to push ahead for that, because yeah, they got the foul, and it actually gave them still an advantage to tie this game up for halftime. But Woodbridge, though, whenever they get that ball up front, they make such a great run, and then all of a sudden it almost seems like they just don't know what to do with it then. They're looking back, and then they know they can't really go forward because FC London's defense line is there. But then the greatest thing, though, from FC London is they're all falling back. They're all trying to defend into it. So then it makes it more of a struggle then for Woodbridge to actually get through for that when they're trying to actually play through there, because then they have to try and get through the midfielders and then the defense line again. So it's a struggle. It's why we're seeing them try to take such big shots out from outside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, London's been very stubborn defensively, and they got the reward early on, the high press. We'll say, the diagonal ball from Lewis Dye happened a few times tonight as well. It wasn't the first time, but the first time it happened, Sosa Mvon put it through the legs of Daniel Clark. But anyway, we're going to head down to Sophie, who's on the touchline.
I'm here with FC London player Santiago Fonseca. Now, you're a very valuable player, and you continue to have a huge impact on this roster, playing in big minutes. What sort of confidence does that bring to your game?
I mean, I come into every game just really thinking about the team. So, I mean, it's a pleasure to be one of the important players on the team, but honestly, I just come here to play for my teammates, and we just want the win at the end of the day.
Your team is on quite the point streak right now. What do you think the key to your success has been?
Yeah, like I said, just our team chemistry. I think off the field we've been really good cohesively, and I think that just translates onto the pitch, and I think that's why we've had some success in the past games.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back after this one.
Welcome to the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, where an incredible music experiment is about to get underway.
You gotta have a great chorus.
Every time I step foot on the stage, I feel alive.
We are here to make stars.
We're showcasing the 25 musicians who will be placed into 5 bands. One group will be dubbed the Supergroup and win a recording contract.
This is y'all's moment to launch your whole career.
Bandit, the musician competition. New episode Saturday at 7 on Game TV.
I'm sure right now a lot of you feel like you aren't able to be who you truly are.
What's most important, more important than everybody else knowing who you are, is that you know who you are.
As a young person, time moves slower for you. And just know that things will get better It Gets Better Canada is a registered Canadian charity with a focus on uplifting our queer youth through the power of digital storytelling.
As a Two-Spirit person, I use they, them pronouns, but that's not the case for every Two-Spirit person.
There are so many voices out there that we didn't have 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
No matter what your mind tells you, you really are perfect the way you are, so stop beating yourself up so much.
I'm gonna be a boy in a dress, because why not?
Your identity is explosive.
We all have our unique journeys, but one thing that connects us all is the desire to be happy, the desire to celebrate being our authentic selves.
Welcome back to FC London Soccer here on Rogers TV. FC London 1, Woodbridge Strikers 1. Got off to a quick start. FC London 3 minutes into the game. A long diagonal ball from Lewis Dye. Found the feet of Sosa Mvon, who, well, it's a bit of a miscommunication between Daniel Clark and his defender, and Mvon managed to capitalise it and put it through the legs of the goalkeeper, 1-0.
Yeah, but for that cross to already start in from way back in the defense line, hop all over, as we just see the replay here. Yeah, just quick little cheeky touch is all that is needed to actually get this goal going, and right here in the first 3 minutes of the match, which is great to see.
Yeah, it was definitely a good start, and then we had another chance here off the corner. It was Lewis Dye getting up, and Igwu really should have put the ball in the back of the net there, Alex.
Yeah, it should have been buried in when you have a rebound like that, but then right away Woodbridge actually comes and counterattacks and hits it off right on the post.
Yeah, and there is the penalty. There's the reason why this game is level. Aidan Hugo slots it past the change goalie tonight for FC London, Christian Davakos. There's a lot of names to remember here. I'm keeping up, just slowly. But it's been a good game, I think. Probably more towards the end. I think Woodbridge has grown into it a bit more, but they have a lot of possession down their third of this, like their attacking third of the pitch, but they're just not really getting too many chances.
Yeah, again, it seems like they just don't know what to really go into that third end, and they're kind of like scrambling a little bit. But the biggest thing to really even note, though, is the closer side of the pitch here, Igwu for FC London has been making these runs down and taking advantage on Woodbridge's side and making these big runs, but then it's making this big gap happen, and Giovanni has been taking advantage to go and make these through balls, but they're not really doing too much with it. Yeah. It's just that the cross kind of comes in and there's no players for them to take advantage of it. And it's just interesting for these small little gaps to happen. Igwu right away, he knows that he has a prime advantage to take onto it, and he's going to do that.
Yeah, and well, it is fair to say London's had the better chances. We saw some of the highlights there. They had another chance as well. It was a pass out from the back with the goalkeeper. Fonseca led the press. It fell at the path of Carlson Wood, hit it with the left. Missed. The goalkeeper pulled off a good save, and Mvon hit it over the post. So it's been, I'd say it's been pretty end to end. It's been close. I think we expected probably a close game.
Yeah, it is going to be still a close game. It's going to probably keep close to 1-1 here in the second half.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go down to the touchline with Sophie.
I'm here with the FC London's women's team's head coach, Peters. Now, your team has been on quite the roll, picking up points in the past 7 games. What do you think the key to that success has been?
Well, I think the girls have been just grinding through the season. We've had some really good performances to start the year and just weren't getting the results. So we're putting the ball in the net, which has been great, and it's been leading to a lot of success.
And so what is the mindset going into these last few games?
Yeah, the girls are, again, we're just grinding them out. We're pretty tired, honestly, going into a possible playoff stretch here, but the mindset is just be very tight defensively on Tuesday or the next game, and then offensively we're scoring goals, so continue with that.
Awesome. Well, good luck. We'll throw it over to break now.
So I've been with Rogers TV for going on 7 years now. Doing stuff for everything from working at the London Nationals here to doing the London Majors baseball. I've done basketball, I've done soccer, I've done football, basically anything that the Rogers TV wants me to do. I wanted to be a volunteer because it gave me that opportunity to really improve my skills and gives me a chance to use them every week. It's not easy to go out and just be like, hey, I have talents in talking to a camera and wanting to talk to people. Finding a place to do that isn't the easiest place, but Rogers TV has been a great opportunity and gives me a chance to talk about the one thing I'm most passionate about, and that's hockey. If you've ever thought about doing something like this, go out and do it. There is nothing more exciting and exhilarating than standing in front of a camera and actually getting able to talk about stuff that you feel passionately about.
Back to FC London Soccer, still half time here. Just before the break we heard from the FC London women's head coach. Unbeaten in the last 7 games, 5 wins, 2 draws. They're playing the last game of the season on Tuesday, July 25th against Electric City, making up for the game that was actually postponed towards the beginning of their season, the home opener. They're making a late push for the playoffs. I mean, 7 games unbeaten the last 7 games unbeaten.
Yeah, 2-1 against North Mississauga just recently today. That's huge. And it's going into a great lane to make it into the playoffs. FC London, the women's team, we've seen such great remarks from them. They have been such a strong team all together out there. And I mean, we can kind of even see here in this match, it's kind of rubbing off onto the men's team now too, that they're actually starting to gel out there. But you know, FC London, the women's team, I would never disregard them out there. It would be such a hard team to probably play up against.
Yeah, they were good the last time we covered them here on Rogers TV. But yeah, I mean, I slightly mentioned it during the broadcast. We were talking about Tricar Field, how it's a new field, it's a new stadium, but you know, it's making FC London like just the overall academy. I mean, there's the League One team, this is like the final stage, but earlier on you've got kids from the age of 3 in this system, you know what I mean, and same with the women as well. It's given them a lot of opportunities. Feels like the Tricar, you know, it's a new stadium, it's just giving the club just that little bit extra edge.
Yeah, and you don't actually see a lot of teams like FC London to have teams like that from such a young age to all the way now to an older team that we have in League One. FC London is very rare for that comparison to all these other teams. They just might have one main team that's up into this age that they'll just train for League One.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I mentioned it in the last broadcast. You've got, I mean, we know they're splitting the leagues up. There's going to be 3 leagues, the Premier, Championship, League 2. FC London will be in the Championship next season. The points tally is now out of reach for them to stay in the Premier. But we were mentioning it when we were playing Unionville. There's such a gap in quality between teams that you'll find, and I find FC London the anomaly in this because I think they are a very good team. They've got a good system. They're definitely one of the better systems in League One. So I find it strange that they're down there, and that's why I have every confidence that they'll get back up next season. But you see a lot of other teams as well. They don't have the same system. We're from Waterloo. We see BVB Waterloo, and they play at Rim Park. It just doesn't have the same atmosphere as this. It doesn't have the same amount of fans that show up. And
no, they don't have anything like this in Waterloo. And you know, FC London, it's great for that. And hopefully we kind of still see more of this here in League One.
Well, we're just going to head back to break, but the players are back out. We're just waiting on the Woodbridge team to emerge from the tunnel, and we'll be right back.
Long way from Nashville, and mama, I tell you that. Performed from Montreal to Boston to Los Angeles. But Toronto, that's my chosen home. Sure, when I'm walking down Yonge Street, I see some funny people who have the nerve to point the finger at me. grin and smile and whisper. My song was #2 on local radio. Sold 10,000 in Toronto alone. Turned down Ed Sullivan because they asked me to remove my makeup. Wouldn't do American Bandstand because of their segregation policies. I was just being me. Never tried to explain myself to anyone. And besides, none of that to worry, Jackie, because I know I look good. Got a new way of loving, baby. Thought I want to teach it to you.
Jackie Shane was a pioneer transgender soul singer, a central figure in the Toronto R&B scene. She helped shape what we know as the Toronto sound.
Woodbridge has emerged from the tunnel. We're back. FC London versus Woodbridge Strikers here at the Tricar Field. The first half ended 1-1. And it'll be Woodbridge to kick off the second half in their all blue kits. It looks a bit like a Sampdoria kit from a Serie A team in Italy.
Yeah, it's a good resemblance, good comparison.
Yeah.
Wanted to go back though to you talking about FC London kind of being now in this league championship division section. It's actually not bad that they're going to be there. It's great because they have such a great team that can work on and grow up to being in League One, because when they do make it up then to League One, they're going to be such a big threat against all these teams. It's the biggest training point for them that they'll need.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I've been here in London and I've seen them play, they've always played with a lot of energy. They're an exciting team to watch. They absolutely should come back up from the Championship next season, but I don't think a season in the Championship will do them much harm, to be honest with you. It might even benefit them.
Yeah, they shouldn't really be discouraged that they'll be there.
Dai looking for that diagonal again for Sosa M. Vaughan.
Line up, hands there.
And Woodbridge will start attacking down that side. Giovanni up against Igwu. Giovanni. Igwu stands strong. He's still going strong. And Ronaldo Marshall.
Watch his face. Behind, watch your line. Time still. Santi, turn, stay in.
Well, sends it long. Aiden Hugo try to get the better of Fiore. Doesn't quite happen. Aiden Hugo again. Taken out by Bequail. There's been a bit of afters going on between those two throughout the entire game.
I think we're going to see Woodbridge give a little bit more pressure in this second half. They've already been trying to have some more set plays happen in the middle, and that's where they were kind of lacking in this first half, especially. Malopoulos, he's kind of that lone man for a bit, but I think if they try to play a little bit with more urgency, that's kind of this key part. And right now, yeah, they're kind of talking things out, seeing what they can do for this free kick.
Yeah.
It's in a prime advantage to either get a crossover or even shot.
Selly leaves it for Aiden Hugo, and couldn't keep the left-footed shot down, and it was over and wide. Wood back to Lewis Dye. And
I'm not too sure about Woodbridge and their set plays on these free kicks, because even back on the first half, they've been making some plays happen with a free kick, and it hasn't went anywhere. They just completely flailed from it when they could have taken prime advantage from it, and that was another spot they could have taken prime advantage, and they didn't do anything from it.
We've seen FC London be pretty dangerous from set pieces. You had the free kick and you have the corners in the first half. I don't think they have too much confidence in their height at the back to defend those, and if that's the case when they're attacking, the same thing can apply. I don't think they're a very dominant team in the air.
Swing it! Swing it! Switch the ball,
Maselli couldn't keep that one in, and Justin Wood will throw it to Fonseca. The Quail, the Wilcox.
Yes, he lies! What's the tire? Good boy, be there.
It's a long switch again for Fonseca.
Good boy, hey, well done.
A real notable substitution.
It goes.
Second half as well, though.
No, both teams pretty quiet. Same teams coming out. The same teams that started.
That ball went up and flying.
I'm waiting on the day where it comes up here and hits us and takes out the monitor. So we can see the game on. It's almost happened a few times. Not so much in this game, but
it's getting close.
What can you like? Up you get, lad. Up you get. Good boy.
Big
What's the switch?
Wilcox. Second. Give and go between him and M. Vaughan's been taken away from them, and here comes Giovanni down that right hand side for Woodbridge. Rahman. Giovanni. Nice ball out here for Spizzari. Couldn't keep that one in.
Couldn't keep the control on his foot. But already though, Woodbridge, I mean, quick little passes in the middle there, then a quick switch up to the other side of the pitch. It's
man. Well, Fonseca's gone down here. He doesn't look to be in a lot of comfort. See it again here. I think it was. No, it's a 50-50, but perhaps Ronaldo Marshall may have stepped on his foot beforehand. And still down Fonseca. They won't want to lose him. You might be able to run it off though.
It's been very much a strong asset. Very interesting style of a player out there. Like to see him go wide, almost play as like a right wing sort of position, but then right away he's up back in the middle.
Yeah, he's certainly been all over the place. Giovanni. Again, Woodbridge getting to that area of the park and they don't. Their attack breaks down. Fiore sends it for Dye. Had Imvon on this side, but there's a run from Fonseca. Imvon ends up with the ball anyway, but he's dispossessed, and it looks like Imvon is holding his hamstrings there.
Still hopping around a bit.
Lewis Dye. Where's McGaw? Not the best first touch, but gets away with it. Fonseca. Justin Wood passes it to Carlson Wood.
Ball in, what's the ball in?
McGaw. Fonseca. Give and go between Fonseca and Wilcox. Goes all the way to Justin Wood. Crosses it. Carlson Wood was there. Looking at getting the end of that. It's been turned away for a corner by Franco Giovanni. But another dangerous attack from London.
Yeah, it was a clean cross coming along. You actually like to see FC London is using these type of crosses to their advantage, because I mean it's still letting them off to have a corner kick now.
Delivery, the Quail. Doesn't get it on target. Managed to build it from the back.
Hey, lads, wait up!
Imvon. The Quail. Imvon. Giovanni. For Ronaldo Marshall. Can he keep that one in? Igwe. Again, he's been a solid unit for the most part tonight, Igwe, the former FC London player. The former FC Edmonton player.
Yeah, but we're 10 minutes in though, and he hasn't been doing too much on that far side. He's been holding back a little bit more in the second half. Not too sure if he's been just meaning that for himself, or if he's not really wanting to try and make those plays up far ahead, trying to actually close in that gap against Giovanni.
Or maybe they've been listening to the Rogers TV broadcast in the changing room.
You never know.
Davico. See, that's not too much to deal with, the change keeper tonight for FC London. Darlington Murasanawa suspended. The experienced former FC Edmonton player as well as Murasanawa. Made numerous appearances for FC Edmonton in CPL and was forced to leave after FC Edmonton folded.
Yeah, but even though they have Davicos in net, they're still feeling comfortable on making the passes back. You like to see that they're not just so depending on Mirsanawa. Whoever's in that goalkeeping position, they're going to still keep them there and feel that they're still a part of this team.
The Quail switches it to Igwe. Dance forward. It's been dispossessed though. And that long searching ball finds Giovanni, who cuts it back, and Davicos can collect it. The ball won in the middle of the park there by Gregory Monopoulos.
Monopoulos has actually been getting more stuck into some of these plays.
There's a poor pass out there from Lewis Dye, and there's Maselli pulled it wide. That's a big chance for Woodbridge to take the lead. I'm sure Lewis Dye hasn't made too many mistakes like that before, but he did there.
He's probably regretting what he did there on that He'll learn his lesson from that one, though.
Sosa Imvon is down in the centre circle. The physio is coming on, but I think Imvon's ran his race tonight.
And we were seeing earlier, though, that he was hobbling around and kind of hitting his thigh a little bit. So, could be a bit of a hamstring pull. Cramps. Never know.
Certainly cooled down a lot from earlier. It's still relatively humid. Beginning to see some players go down with a bit of cramp.
Has been a humid day.
So Imvon, the man that opened the scoring. Pretty much ran the show on this right-hand side all night. It looks like his race is over, and FC London will be making that substitution.
Right, switch on. Get organised. Keep it going.
And it will be Dante De Oria coming on for Sosa Imvon.
Excellent substitution. Coming over in number 2, Sosa Imvon.
Quail.
Number 14, Dante Doria.
First touch for De Oria, and he's found Carson Wood. Carson Wood slips it round the goalkeeper, and that's 2-1. An instant impact from the substitute Dante De Oria. Found Carson Wood, slipped it through the goalkeeper's legs. Wow. Brilliant finish.
That's the type of runs that you need to make. If you're going to go down that far side and there's no other player with you, you got to just take that shot on net. You could see that was the play to make there. It totally threw off the goalkeeper. Now London has already taken the lead 2-1.
That is Carson Wood's third goal of the season. He's wearing the captain's armband tonight. You can see why. Slipped it through the legs of Daniel Clark. Yeah, I don't think he'll be too happy to get beaten at his near post like that.
Yeah.
It is FC London 2. Woodbridge Strikers 1. Ronaldo Marshall. Taken out. In fact, it was Aiden Hugo. And this will be a free kick in a dangerous area for Woodbridge. Looking to level it again. Maselli, skipper, grabs the ball.
On second, talking to some of his teammates there as well. Now Wood's talking to the referee. Kind of upset probably with that tackle. Wondering why that was even a tackle. But
it was De Oria, the substitute, who slid in. It was him that played Carson Wood through. Made a bit of a lunged attempt to get the ball there.
Yeah. Anything of an iffy of a foul like that, the ref's going to be calling it here in this matchup. So
yeah, Maselli.
Figueroa has to be kind of cautious on those. And same with Dorora.
Maselli, right-footed, and Davicos gathers at the second attempt. It was on target. It was moving. Christian Davicos with his safe gloves parries it. Carson Wood again try to get in behind. I'm surprised that, you know, the bookings that we saw earlier on, we haven't really seen many more bookings And I could say by the referee's judgment of what he thinks was a yellow card early in the first half. I'm surprised he hasn't given out many more.
Oh, yeah, I mean, especially if he's going to give a yellow card on a throw-in. It's surprising now that we're not seeing any yellow cards in the second half.
Flag is up against Ronaldo Marshall.
You know, that goal that FC London got, though, it was bound to happen. They were taking such deep advantage on this close side of the pitch, making those through balls happen. It was just going to make one break happen, and Wood was right on it and pounced right onto it, and yeah, the goal happened. And we see a card.
Sorry, there's a red card.
We do see a card now. Guess we spoke too soon.
It looks like Giovanni's been sent off here. I'm not quite sure what for. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were just talking.
His cards. It looks like he found them again. Well, Giovanni's been sent for an early shower. Woodbridge down to 10 men.
Looks like maybe the linesman reminded him about his cards.
Yo, keeper, you're not getting it back, bro. What right now, man? Just know it's your fault.
Maybe there was some talking that might have happened from the linesman that he wasn't liking and told the referee about it. But yeah, Giovanni doesn't seem too happy about that.
Sometimes if he has been sent off, we're talking back to the referee. You know, it's just something you can't do. Some referees can take it, other referees cannot. Woodbridge's night just got harder. Dioria. Wood. Second. Wilcox. Wood. Cuts it back across. Clark got a hand on it. Didn't look too confident there. Nick Ferreira. Put it back in. Gilbequeo. They can fish that ball out the pond later on.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Queo didn't seem that he had that kind of a little ball over to take that shot properly. It was bouncing. It was an awkward ball to actually even try to take a shot on that about it. But at least they're taking the attempts. Even with the crosses earlier from that, they're making these type of attempts. They're trying to figure things out from it. That's what you need to do from these type of attacks.
Marshall. Woodbridge conjure up anything here. Aiden Hugo. Spazzelli. Gets it around, and it's a bit of a ricochet in the box, but it will be a goal kick.
Woodbridge is going to have a bit of fire underneath them right now, trying to counteract with some of the hiccups that's been happening, and now that red card too. They're not going to be too happy. They play with this type of fire, though. They could just tucker themselves out, burn themselves out. You're going to have to figure out how to strategize a bit on this.
Wilcox. Dioria. Aye. Javakos. That's a big mistake. And Woodbridge find himself back level. A horror mistake from Christian Davakos, the change goalie for FC London. Won't want to see that one again. Lewis Dye just passed it back to him. I mean, didn't look up, hit it with his left. He wasn't too comfortable. And Ronaldo Marshall is there to tap in his 5th goal of the season. London have got it all to do again.
Yeah, Yeah. Just saying even earlier there that we thought actually being comfortable with the Abacosa net, but I guess, I mean, only having Mirsnawa at net for how long in the season, this is bound to happen.
Yeah, it's a shame. It happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. Here's Carson Wood on the left-hand side. Slips it in front. Second! There you have it. Two quick-fire goals. London retake the lead. 3-2. Brilliant volley from Fonseca.
Not even a word. Very well positioning, staying out of the top of the box. That's what you like to see from the midfielder. They're making crosses for a good while there. And yeah, I mean, player down now. You got to be unsure about that. You got to be ready, Woodbridge, for holding those positions. Fonseca was just clearly wide open. Beautiful chance to just get it right the ball back in the net. 3-2 now.
I haven't seen a sub from Woodbridge Strikers yet since Giovanni got sent off. It looked like he was playing as a right back. And that goal came from the right hand side, well, the left hand side for London, but down Woodbridge's right hand side. Fonseca with a brilliant finish. And that is a dangerous tackle there. Luka Vasic, it did look to be a bit high. Yoria's in some distress here.
Hey, drop in, drop in.
This is where VAR comes in handy, but Lewis Dye's not too happy about it. See it here. Dioria chasing down that ball. It has to be one that...
It was a 50-50 chance going into the ball.
Yeah. It is a sore one though. He took the...
Not too sure to call that a foul.
Yeah. Well, the referee's in some discussion with his lineswoman down this near side. See it here again. You know what? It's a 50-50, but it is high. And no one's in control of that ball. And the referee does have a decision to make here. He's already sent one Woodbridge player off. Oh, he's sent another one off. Dioria does look to be okay.
Be quite surprised if the ref does call another player off for this. I mean, it was going in for a 50-50 chance. Dioria, he was just already looking a little unbalanced coming out.
There's a substitution for Woodbridge. Navid Rahman comes off. On comes Uday Aurora. And the referee is having a word here.
Yeah, he did give a yellow card over there.
He has brandished the yellow card. Shake of the hands there between the two opponents. It happens.
Yeah. You like to see that they're still being friendly with one another. Both know it was just really just a 50-50 sort of type of challenge. Of course, FC London is going to try and get the foul from that, from the ref.
The order does come off. Being told to come off. By the referee. So, first substitution of the game for Woodbridge Strikers. Rahman off. Aurora on. Fonseca. Trying to play his way through. Ronaldo Marshall, that ball's getting through everyone. Lewis die. Passes back to Justin Wood. Now Fiore on the ball. Wood. As Diori has an option, he decides to go all the way to Bequeo. Bequeo's got Wood on the overlap. Wood takes it back in. It's missed by both Carson Wood and Fonseca. A chance to give London the 2-goal cushion.
That should have been buried there. 2 players right there, ball at their feet. It was close. But FC London, though, they've been going so wide more now with plays, making more crosses in, because they clearly see that Woodbridge has restructured a little bit and has been taking more advantage to the middle. Any sort of play that has been trying to get into that middle, they've just not been breaking through. Fonseca has been trying to make a little bit of dodges in through there, but it's just been bouncing right back out.
Quayle, poor touch, and this time Devacos decides to put his foot through it. Diori, well to come back. The Quayle, Ferreira, Wilcox, Diora. I think he might have thought somebody was behind him there, but it's all the way through to Daniel Clark.
Diora has been such a strong asset, though, coming out of this, taking off the movement. I mean, he's still playing so strong up there, the fence, you wouldn't see much of the difference.
Aiden Hugo, he'll run at the defenders, doesn't get past Nick Ferreira. Ferreira slides in. Referee didn't like that one.
He's going to be talking.
That way a yellow card for Nick Ferreira. And the Woodbridge player on that far side, I'm not quite sure who it was that went down. In fact, yeah, it looks like Oselli, the Woodbridge captain. He's down in some discomfort. Yeah. Woodbridge are going to the bench here, but
looks like a little clip there.
There's going to be. Well, there was a change for FC London. Nick Ferreira's came off. Looks like Mike Sneddon's came on. There's a tackle again. And yeah, just missed time there from Ferreira, but he's off now. On comes Mike Sneddon.
He just didn't time that tackle properly.
There's a substitution for Woodbridge as well. I believe there was.
Sally will be coming off.
Actually, yes, there was. Number 3. Candelos came on. I'm not quite sure who came off. Actually, I think it was Luka Vas. Yeah, Luka Vasic came off. Nick Ferreira was on the yellow. Luka Vasic was also on a yellow, so I think both teams are just making sure at this point they keep everybody on the park.
Silly was talking to the ref there a bit, still upset about that tackle.
Ball's whipped in from Woodbridge and it's headed away by Fiore. Throw it down the line to Aurora.
Substitution. Number 5, Luka Vlasic. Bringing in number 3,
Goes down and it's a foul.
FC number substitution. Number 7, Pereira.
Both teams are getting sloppy though with some of their fouls. They both kind of were not going back to their style of play whatsoever. Woodbridge, of course, they're one player down, so that kind of changes things up for them. They are making a little bit more of a rougher tackle time to time, but they are getting some set plays in again.
Just ice sliding in the near post there. And Fonseca almost got it off. The Woodbridge defender, but Daniel Clark will collect it. Here's a substitution now for Woodbridge. Number 10, the captain. Maselli comes off. And on comes number 11, Isaac Emmanuel. The Allan band's been passed over to Ronaldo Marshall. The Quail wins it. Snedden tried to flick it on towards Fonseca. Mike Snedden yet to score this season. Surprising for him. Hasn't played as many minutes as he usually would. Ball for Dioria. Almost got past the roller. Zari sprays it out to Condello. Quayle slides in. And there's Aiden Hugo, and that went out for a throw-in.
Even though Woodbridge is a man down, they are not showing it. They've been still making such big threats to FC London here.
They've had the momentum there.
Yeah.
Well, they have had the momentum a bit recently. Both teams kind of starting to maybe fizzle out a bit. London will be happy with the 3 points, but Woodbridge maybe one. Here's Snedden now. Snedden is held back there.
Yeah, some clear obstruction.
And what's going to happen here?
Fans are definitely not happy with it.
It was Isaiah. I guess a yellow. London aren't too happy about it. I think they believe he was the last man. Not quite. It was Isaiah Noel who's into the book.
It is a dangerous sort of play to make a foul like that, because you don't know what booking will go on to that, especially with the type of sensitive referee you got out there like this.
Get up! Get up!
It's lucky you'd walk away with only a yellow card.
Yeah, I don't know what fits his criteria for reds or yellows, but
Hook it!
Yellow card issued to Woodbridge, number 4, Isaiah Noel.
as well.
Yoda's been bringing such great strength onto this right side. Emivan coming off with a bit of an injury. Yoda has still been stepping up to the plate, which you like to see. None of the players.
Aiden Hugo.
Wanted the handball there. Definitely a lot of added stoppage time will be coming. We start to creep up to the 90th minute mark.
Pick up!
Well, under 7 minutes of regulation to go. I think there'll be a bit more stoppage time than there was in the first half. Justin Wood throws it for McGaw. Cuts it back. Tell you what, snap it close. It came off the post.
Almost hit that bottom right corner. It's a good chance. Even using a bit of that back heel.
Zari, fake cross. Just taken out by Wilcox. Spazari with a lot of skill on the right hand side. Fiore sent it up towards the right ball on that left hand side.
Egu taken out. I mean, he's been holding back a lot more in this second half, holding more defensively. It is the right decision, though. They've been trying to play a lot more balls onto the right side, playing more, taking more of that advantage. So it kind of makes sense for him just to hold back, play it out, play more defensively. They have one goal up, of course, so I think he'd be okay. That foul was drawn there from him.
More action happening on the London bench. Looks like Mateo Herrera is getting ready to make an appearance. There's going to be Carson Wood, who makes way, passes the armband to Lewis Dye. Done well. Carson Wood got that second goal. Second all-important goal for FC London.
Yeah, Wood would be quite happy from the way that he played out there tonight.
Yep. Confirmation it was Carson when it came up. There, the fourth official held up the wrong number. He held up the number for Justin Wood. There's Justin Wood now. Snedden gives it to Diora. One second.
Coming! Get up!
Wood. Wilcox. Lewis Dye. Send the ball over. Fonseca was asking for it, but doesn't quite have the legs that he did in the first half.
Yeah, Fonseca's been making a lot of pressing runs down there to that defense line.
Clark.
Even Mike Steadin.
Well, we're getting to that stage now. 87 minutes in. Spin your man of the match.
Really got to give it to Egwu. Egwu would be my man of the match.
Yeah, he's had a strong game, Egwu.
Just very tactically, he's been smart here in this match. He's been playing where he's been needed to be played.
Special man. I don't think there's many players tonight we could pick many faults with. Yeah, there was a mistake by the goalkeeper, but that happens. Now with that, he's been pretty stable at the back for FC London. Another substitution now for Woodbridge. Ronaldo Marshall comes off. On comes Sean Costa.
It's quite some late substitutions that we're seeing, though. We will have a pretty long stoppage time, though, but...
Emmanuel William now, the other substitute. I think there's been many faults with FC London, the players tonight. Fonseca's been playing really well, you expect that from him though. But Quayle played a bit deeper than what he has. I think Bequayo's played a lot deeper than what he usually has anytime we've covered these games. He's definitely been that back to the middle man, the back to front man. You've obviously got Wilcox there, nothing's got by him all night. He's been stable, but Bequayo's a man that gets the ball from point A to point B essentially in this game.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of defending. That's the style that you kind of like to see.
Almost getting caught out there. Spazzari. I was going to say Igwu gave up the ball there and it was going to be a goal. We need to stop predicting things. We need to stop giving people praise until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Manuopoulos. So back out to Aidan Ross. A different corner that hasn't particularly worked. Aidan Hugo.
Yeah. There will be 6 minutes of added time. We're expecting that it was going to be a high amount of added time coming onto this 90th minute mark.
Saka flicks it on. Snap. And that was a long ball. Big wood. Hugo. Had too many bodies behind them and Mateo Herrera runs away with the ball. Wilcox. Gives it to Lewis Dye. There's Dioria on the run. Herrera collects the scraps. Still got it. Saka. There's Bequayo making that run in behind again. And I think he might just take it to the corner here. Bequayo. Dispossessed. Herrera wins it back. I was hoping the run from Dioria would have happened there, but so he just passes it back to Clark. Sprays out to this far side. Valuopolis. A burst of pace.
Yeah, FC London is just trying to keep this slow and just get out of this 6 minutes left of time. But Woodbridge still coming with fire.
Spizzari delivered. It's gone all the way through. It's gone all the way out the other end of the pitch though, and London has a throw-in.
Get up!
The final 3 minutes here. FC London 3, Woodbridge Strikers 2. Sosa Imavon opened the scoring for London, 3 minutes.
Down line!
Aiden Hugo equalised from the spot just before half time. And we took the lead with Carson Wood before a mistake from the FC London goalkeeper Christian Davakos passed it straight to Ronaldo Marshall to tap it in. But London replied quickly, and it's Fonseca's goal that's the difference here.
Yeah, it was still great for FC London to react that fast back.
It's been a good game, it's been end to end. The yellow card brandished to Jacob Spizzari.
Has been an interesting control of the game though from the referee. Some of the calls seemed a little questionable, but other ones we were just straight up confused about it.
Yeah, when are we never confused?
Yeah.
That's free kick in a dangerous area. Yeah, I think the yellows and reds have been a bit inconsistent all night, but
Get tight!
some challenges that should have been a yellow. Some things that got yellows and definitely shouldn't have.
Yeah. But all other things aside though, McGaw, he's been playing really strong in that middle. Referee's blowing the whistle to try and get the play that's going.
Fonseca and McGaw are standing over this one.
Probably figuring out what strategy to do.
McGaw takes it. Wasn't a bad effort. McGaw over the goalkeepers. Over the crossbar, but 30 seconds left. Clark has to get this ball up. Last chance for Woodbridge. Snedden. Wait there and challenge Clark. Clark's giving it away. There's Diora. His touch lets him down. He's looking for Emmanuel. Justin Wood. And that's it. Full time. FC London 3, Woodbridge Strikers 2.
Got hats off to FC London. They played really strong here. Even the first 3 minutes in, they get that first goal off to start this matchup, and just kept going from there. I mean, Woodbridge, though, they didn't let down. They were playing very strong as well, which you'd like to see. But for FC London to still walk away with this 3-2, they must be quite happy to kind of keep their winning, this whole streak going on.
Absolutely. I mean, what is that? There's that 6 straight games now. They've come away with wins, 3 of which have been wins. So
6 straight games and being undefeated, it's pretty huge.
Yeah, definitely finishing the season strong.
even though Davicos kind of slipped up with a bit of a mistake there, they bounced back right away in the match to still keep this lead. But Woodbridge, though, maybe a little bit of things to go through.
Well, we're going to go. Sorry, Alex, we're going to go at the break here. We'll be right back.
I've been volunteering about a little over a year now with Rogers. I decided to volunteer at Rogers TV because I wanted to get a better feel for what the industry was like and meet great people at the same time. I have learned the ins and outs of studio and mobile productions with various roles from cameras all the way up to audio, graphics, and replay. You will not regret a minute that you have spent with Rogers TV. The people that you will meet and the experiences that you will make, you will never forget. Being a volunteer with Rogers TV allows you to connect with the community even more than you have before. Rogers is a very special place here in southwestern Ontario with experiences like no other that you cannot find anywhere else.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. Wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a Holden one at 15.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back. I'm here with FC London forward Sosa. Now, it was a tie game going into the second half. What was your team's mindset going into those last 45 minutes?
Really just to keep composure and just play our game. These last few games we've been playing very well, just showing our true culture, and it goes from jump. Had an unlucky start, but it just shows the quality of the players that we have on the team, great coaches, and just, doing our thing. So here in London.
And you guys are now on a 6-game point streak. What are you looking to do to keep that momentum going in these last final games?
Really just to keep the same structure going, playing as a unit, just working for one another, and then just having fun at the end. So honestly, that's just about it.
You guys have been very dominant here at home. What does it mean to you to play in front of these fans?
I mean, since I live here and just being around family and friends and whatnot, just is an honor. And just glory to God to be able to play on this pitch and just do what I love. So that's about it.
Thank you so much, Sosa. Great game. We'll send it over to Kyle and Alex now.
Yo, Sosa M1 there, the man that opened the scoring in 3 minutes, I believe. Slipped it through the legs of Daniel Clark after a mistake.
Yeah, I'd love to hear just how committed he is with this team and sees the passion from it. You kind of want players like that because, even though that they might not be in this League One division come next season, they're going to have players like that. And they're going to grow. They're going to move their way back into the League One, and that's what you want. And Sosa, even though he came off there with a little bit of an injury, it's great to see that he was right there at the start to get a good goal in the back and left for FC London.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the Woodbridge goalkeeper and the defender getting mixed up. You see it here. It was a long ball from maybe in Fury, actually. I thought it was Lewis Dye, but yeah, the mix-up there between Luka Vasic and his goalkeeper. But then, there was Aiden Hugo. He slotted the penalty away. Bit of afters there with Bequail. That was just before half-time. Here we go. And Dioria was pretty much his first touch of the ball. Sends it through to Carson Wood, who slipped under the goalkeeper and make it 2-1. And then we go back here. It was Davicos. A mistake he'll want to forget. Passed it straight to Ronaldo Marshall to make it 2-2. But immediately after that, Fonseca getting on the end of a cross, left-footed, to make it 3-2, and that's how things ended. Obviously, Woodbridge had a red card in the end. I don't know what for. I think Giovanni may have just said something to the referee. That's what I'm expecting. Nothing really happened.
I'm not too sure. I mean, that cross in there for that third goal was very well in, but that referee, though, I am not too sure about some of the calls he was making out there. He was very card happy, but what can you do? Sometimes you got to just keep playing the way that you can play out there, and you can see clearly the results happened.
Yeah.
And FC London walking away with that win.
Absolutely. FC London with a win that they'll enjoy. Definitely a loss that Woodbridge might come back to haunt Woodbridge in terms of their standing next season, but nevertheless we're going to send it back down to Sophie. It was FC London 3, Woodbridge Strikers 2.
Thanks, guys. Well, what a great match between FC London and the Woodbridge Strikers. I've been your host, Sophie Bernier, and I want to thank you so much for watching FC London this season on Rogers TV.
But he's going to peek into it. A little bit of a nice utility combo, but Emran fighting through the other side. Willie Vakimbo now in a 2-on-1. An unthinkable position considering what Fanshawe was in. And a little bit of a misplay on that opportunity, but that Cam will find the ping through the box, and J-Rod able to clean up that round for GVSU, but a little bit of sloppy hold there.
Yeah, Fanshawe had way more of a chance in defusing that spike than they should have, but that Cypher utility, the pick and the composition is now won around for JVSU, so not something that they can complain about. And they've forced Fanshawe on the eco now, complete sheriffs and light shields and classics. It's not looking good for Fanshawe in this round. If they can pick up a weapon, they might have a chance considering how sloppy that last play was from JVSU, but they don't anticipate that happening. It's likely we'll see a first late here at JVSU.
Watch it, find it!
Yeah, again, they've been so strong on these sight holds as Emran getting really greedy there on that rendezvous. Likes to not take it out of that dangerous situation. It's going to cost his team, trying to make an individual play to stabilize this eco round. Now Mavici holding up close to this astral divide. Will elect to fall back and let his teammates play that utility as the Raze Roomba comes through. It's so close in this corner. He's going to be the make or break of this retake. He's able to find one. Does he elect to fall back? No, he goes forwards with the Omen Blind. Finds a second. Such a great utility combo. Now rotating back. Kimball's able to grab one there on the Sheriff. Looking for more through the smoke. Grabs a second one there. But once again, it's 4 for Campbell on this play as Elio Kennis is the last one remaining in a 1-on-3 situation. We'll pick up that Sheriff. Looking for more, but it's the ace from Campbell. What a play that is. The aggression is absolutely unparalleled as they still find that round.
Yeah, Cam had a great round earlier with 4 kills, looking for the 5th. He wasn't able to find it, but now he redeems himself and finds that ace. Truly a solo executor here. That neon pick is working so well into his hands, and he's just able to run over these ecoing Fanshawe Fuel players. So now he's got a lot of confidence, and I mean, Fanshawe at this point with 2 rounds essentially won by Cam so far here for the Lakers. I think it might be Fanshawe's prerogative to shut down this neon. He's first in on every site so far that they've won, so Fanshawe's going to look to win that initial engagement against this neon. It's going to be up to players like Emran, who's soloing on that C site, and Danush on the other side, on the A site, to try to shut down Cam right off the bat. So it's those 1v1s, you know, the fight within the fight of the matchups between players here to try to shut down this player who's obviously having a good night.
Yeah, I think one thing that I was going to mention earlier on about GVSU's composition is they don't really have any hard ways to enable this neon. They have no hard flashes, no hard vision denial outside of a Fade Prowler, which, while it can be a nice piece of utility to have a neon follow, is nowhere near as effective as something like a Sky Flash or a Sky Dog. but they just still make it work somehow, some way. They make this Neon pick just absolutely insane value. And if they're able to continue doing this, I don't think Fanshaw is going to be able to recover from just how aggressive GVSU has been so far. As once again, getting that early rotation into Garage from a VC, going to get spun down a little bit and gets taken down. Yoshi through the smoke, able to find that one, and that's going to be a nice little advantage as they storm into the B side. Kenneth is able to find one, does find the pick there onto the Neon. No value in this round claimed so far. Yoshi able to grab a second in the round, but Danush from the side will clean up 2, leaving it in a 3-on-2 here for Fanshaw. They get that smoke down in front of the spike as the Haunt will chase back that player. As the Nightfall is still available here for the Fade in this round if they so desire it to be needed, but that spike gonna get picked up as the smoke not quite in the position they wanted it to be in to hold down that spike. As now they see it's gone, they see it's no longer a potential in this round, as Kenneth is gonna try and find a little bit of strike through the box there.
Yeah, it looks like we come to a little bit of a lull. It's a 3v2. It's the second time that the Lakers have been boxed out of this B site. The last time was in the pistol round, and now they're in a unique situation. They're down a man, but they have Spike. Spicy Tortilla only has 16 health remaining
30
here.
seconds left.
Fanshaw is gonna, if they get any look here on Tortilla, it's gonna be an easy cleanup. So I'm interested to see, they are moving towards this C site, how they're going to defend the spike after they get it down, and if they're gonna get it on it at all, because Akimbo looks to be ready and waiting.
Yeah, fault line through, and a really nice flash there will force back Akimbo for the moment, but it still has all this utility to work with and does not want to go aggressively. Speaking of going aggressively, never mind, Genesis forward will shoot down that showstopper, but Tortilla able to find one, finds a second and almost finds 3 from 16 HP. Akimbo, the savior of the day, will clean it up for the fuel, but a lot of money wasted on that round.
Yeah, unfortunately, a couple things went wrong for Fanshaw. It could have been a lot cleaner of a round. The box out of B was good. I'm looking at Danush playing really well on the B side, and then obviously Akimbo bailing out his team. It was a poor showstopper from Genesis, but hopefully the next time he gets it, he's able to utilize it better. He just got an unlucky blast plaque and had no momentum going forward with it in his hands. And on the other side of things, Vichy gets taken out right at the start of the round. He's sitting in the smoke, and I don't understand why he's getting smoke banged through it, and he doesn't like to leave. There's no benefit of him being in that smoke realistically in Garage, so hopefully next time he just kind of backs away and waits for a better opportunity to be there, but it looks like we are going to see a very fast entry once again from Cam on the Neon into this A side.
So quickly forwards, as it will be met with a little bit of a raise need to try and buy that timing. The Roomba comes through, but Fanshaw, they've already sort of relinquished this A side, but GVSU, they don't quite know about that just yet. And those bullets towards short will give them a good idea of how far back they are, and I think they're just waiting here. They do not want to try and hold a sight in towards this Breach Ultimate. They want to play that retake with that Vault line, as well as that Rolling Thunder. But GVSU, they know this. They know they can't afford to burn a lot of this utility as Emran on this tour de force, trying to catch this lurking player, and they rotate back, but onto the site come GVSU all the way in, and no utility required in the process. Danush holding close here, has the Nightfall for the retake if they so desire, but Chemical so close forwards. We'll drop down that relay bolt, and that'll let them know for the moment just where they lie, and still trying to find this pick, especially under this breach, is going to be a really big deal. As Genesis able to break down that camera, but does get hit there by the C's. Cheese able to grab that first one, and a second there on the Genesis. CC'd up towards heaven. A lot of damage down onto him, but not enough weaponry in this round for Fanshaw. Akimbo going to try and push forward. Fast line to give him a little bit more time to work with. Everyone's going to find 2 there on the off. Looking for more from heaven. Finds a third on the Headhunter. Tries to find the player towards hell. Will find that as Akimbo rolling through. Will get traded out there by Spicy Tortilla, but a big round there for Fanshaw Fuel's economy.
Yeah, specifically from Emran, that tour de force utilization was perfect as he finds a few plus the Headhunter, which was really well done. But that is essentially it from him, as Akimbo just can't quite clean up that last player. Didn't look like Fanshaw had a lot of weapons to work with. It was an awkward buy-in. It was also an awkward round. I don't know if they rotated out, actually trying to rotate it out, or if they left it for retake really quickly. I don't really understand what the call is. Obviously, I can't hear the communication miscommunication. But the way I understand it is they just kind of left it up for the retake, which on that A site is sometimes effective, sometimes not. It all depends on comp and how you're going to execute that play. So the B side hit now finally works as JVSU was able to get the spike down. Now we enter a 5v5 post play at the first of the series.
Yeah, Kimbo from the side here from Garage, going to try and find some value, trying to be that extra angle they have to watch. We'll find the first one there on J-Rod, knocks the Cypher down, finding a second one through mid, looking for more, teleports forwards, still trying to be that chaos maker here in this round, still pushing through. Emery able to find one, Yoshi with the flank, able to find two, still will get taken down by Vichy, but a huge play from Emery and Akimbo will take the round as Fanshot ties up at 4.
Yeah, all tied up. Good round from Fanshawe. This time, JVSU got a little bit farther into the B side, but honestly, Griff, I don't expect them to hit this B side again unless they're playing some kind of blitz play on an eco, because it has not worked out. Fanshawe's defense is so centralized and so able to get there quickly to shut it down right away that JVSU just has no chance to get set up properly, even though they did get the spike down this time as well. Hasn't worked out. The flanks collapse from Fanshawe as well as that initial engagement doesn't go well for the Lakers. So now they are on an eco, but it looks like they're going to take it a little bit more long range. It looks like they're playing a default here as they're starting to realize that Fanshawe really like these individual efforts. Quick in the garage.
And Mavisi will shut down that overdrive there from the Neon, still trying to flash and give his teammate a time to peek. Emran in a really awkward position here, wants to try and go through the smoke. We'll get a flash and we'll go through. Grabs that first one, looking for the second, and he finds it. Looking for three, but Kimbo's able to grab that one just in time as now J-Rod, the last one remaining. That Haunt won't quite see him, and that's a really nice deal for him as he's able to try and get this aggressive positioning, and he finds the headshot there. First one down with the Sheriff. It would have to be a 1-on-4 here. Has the Neural Thief in his back pocket, but not using it after that kill. Will sort of give away that he's not looking to win this round, just looking to try and get some guns on the floor. And with that trademark now down, he's able to find a really nice flank here towards window. Has a camera. Again, doesn't want to give away his location, and he may have another freebie. Finds it down to Kimbo, who swaps over a Vandal. So winnable right now. Drops down the Neural Thief now that he has a weapon to work with. Will find that first ping. Knows they're both in garage. Will send out the camera. Has a little bit of a bait here. Checks it briefly and looks to try and fight forwards, but Danush finds the shot and finds the round for the Fanshawe Fuel.
Yeah, like you said, Graf, that was extraordinarily winnable there by that last player standing. Want to talk about Emran here. I think Emran is one of the most aggressive chambers I've ever seen to play the game, and it obviously costs him in the end. But I mean, the value is worth it when Emran does find those 3Ks. When he doesn't, he is throwing money in the garbage. So Emran right now, 10-8. He's such a massive positive for this team at that aggressive chamber. He is also helping directly counteract this Neon. It wasn't him that got that kill. I don't think, maybe it was, but the Neon goes down early, and JVSU has relied on her entry so frequently so far early in this half.
Yeah, we are going to see teleport away there from the Omen, getting utiled out pretty heavily and getting some nice spam through the smoke. What a pick that is to start off a little bit of a hampered retake, especially there onto the chamber. It will make this really nice. That fragment potential not quite there anymore as the spike goes down early on Akimbo. In a really awkward position. Now trying to retake against this Cypher is going to be a little bit of a difficult time here. Maybe even a little bit of a fool's errand for Fanshawe, but they're going to try and go. They drop down that smoke and there's none in the sight. They've completely given it up and they're going to look to try and spam them through. Here comes that play from the Astra, gets that grappling ball down, and still they're just absolutely tapping away here through the smoke. They get a big blind down, but Yoshi still spraying through, still finding two, and from Garage finds all three, and the flawless win for GVSU.
Yeah, again, another one of the oldest tricks in the book, playing C long with the spike in view. Even if it's smoked off, you can spam if you have great spray through the smoke and find those kills off the spike and keep it ticking. It's exactly what JVSU did there, and Fanshawe just had no flank potential, nothing like that. Yoshi had a good hold in garage as well to clean up the remaining Fanshawe players, so they're absolutely certain. I mean, that is, if you're looking for an example of how to play the C site in the post plant, that is a perfect execution right there against Fanshawe Field to tie this game up at 5.
Yeah, the one thing I will point out is it's a little bit of a difference in compositions here. If Fanshawe hadn't asked for the 5 to that retake, hold on, never mind, J-Rod will spare it on 3, gets taken down by Akimbo eventually. The trades don't come through as quickly as we'd like, as now Akimbo gonna fall back, grabs himself a Spectre off of his teammate. But just such great aggression there. J-Rod catching it so nicely. As now looking for a little bit of play here. But the Omen TP's hurt and he's taken down. What a play from J-Rod to stabilize what could have been a little bit of a dangerous situation there.
Yeah, you know what? Fanshawe didn't have a whole ton of money to take into that round, so what they did is they played